But what was the beef between Al B. Shore and Diddy? Like, why wasn't they on good terms?
The nigga was dating Kim. You understand? That's his kid's mother.
Me talking about situations for over more than a decade and a half. And then all of a sudden everybody woke up like, whoa, yo, we thought you were crazy.
At 57, Al B. Shore reveals his biggest secret. For years, rumors that he is gay have followed the R&B star, even while he was still dating Kim Porter.
Yeah, I am crazy. But what I am not is a liar.
Some tabloid and gossip column stories claimed that he hid his true self to survive in an industry that punished anything less than hyper-masculinity. Others took it further, alleging that Al B. Shore was involved in an affair with not just Kim Porter, but Diddy as well.
The case needs to be reopened, man. The case really needs to be reopened.
How much truth lies behind the headlines? Let's dive in. The talk about Al B. Shore being gay started back in the early 1990s. At that time, Al B. Shore was a big name in R&B music. He had a soft voice, sang love songs, and dressed very stylish. Many people thought his look and music were not manly enough. In that time, most male R&B singers were expected to act tough or look very masculine. Because Al B. Shore showed his emotions in songs and seemed very gentle, some people began to wonder if he might be gay. These thoughts had no proof, but rumors can start easily, especially when someone is famous. Claims of a fake memoir. Things got worse when a book claiming to be a memoir of the late Kim Porter was released. Kim Porter was once in a relationship with both Al B. Shore and Sean Diddy Combs. The book, called Kim's Lost Words, included some shocking stories. One of the stories said that Al B. Shore had a sexual relationship with Diddy. This made a lot of noise online and in the news. The book also named other big stars like Jay-Z.
Yeah, I'm out at Brooklyn. Now I'm down in Tribeca, right next to the Narrow, but I'll be hood forever.
Will Smith.
I like pretty girls.
Clive Davis.
The greatest record man of all time.
The one, the only, Mr. Clive Davis.
Faith Evans.
You better check yourself, respect yourself, you better go for some.
Jamie Foxx.
You're just like me and I'm just like you. You're just like me.
And Mary J. Blige.
No more drama in my life. No one's gonna make me hurt again.
It claimed they all had some kind of sexual relationship with Diddy. These claims were very serious and shocked a lot of fans. Al B. Shore was very upset by what the book said. He hired a lawyer and sent a letter to Amazon and the unknown person who published the book. In this letter, his lawyer said the book told lies about Al and hurt his name. He said the things written about him were false, mean, and damaging. Al said it made people look at him the wrong way and caused a lot of harm to how people saw him as a man and as a public figure. Along with the letter, Al also asked for an apology. He said the apology should be very clear and easy for everyone to understand. He also wanted the apology to be shared widely so the lies could be corrected. In a public statement, Al said the rumors were the most disgusting and awful lies he had ever heard in his life. He made it very clear that he was angry and hurt by the things written in the book. He wanted the book to be taken down and not sold anymore. Even though many people close to Kim Porter, including her children and others, said the book was not real, it still became very popular.
So it was a lot of stuff in the book that I know Kim didn't write and Kim didn't say.
People kept buying it, reading it, and talking about it online. This made the rumors spread even more. It also added to all the crazy stories already surrounding Diddy and his past. Many think the book was written just to get attention or money, not to tell the truth. Al B has mostly stayed quiet when asked about the gay rumors over the years. He often says nothing or changes the topic. Instead, he talks about his music and career. Back in the 1990s, many artists didn't feel safe talking about their personal lives. If someone was gay, or even thought to be gay, it could hurt their career. Fans, music companies, and even the media often judged or turned against them. Back then, being openly gay in the R&B or hip-hop world was very risky. There was a lot of hate and fear towards gay people. Many artists hid parts of themselves to keep their careers safe. People expected male singers to be strong, tough, and straight. So, if anyone seemed too soft or emotional, they would get judged. That's why some people believed the rumors about Al B. Sure, even though there was no real proof. If Al B. Sure had come out as gay in the 1990s, it might have changed everything for him. He could have lost fans, money, or support from the music industry. Or maybe he could have helped open doors for other gay artists by being honest. But during that time, most people were not ready for that. The risk was just too big, and it's easy to see why someone would keep quiet even if the rumors were not true. What really happened to Kim Porter? That question still bothers many people today.
You got to realize, man, Kim's death wasn't even investigated, bro. Her death wasn't even investigated.
Al B. and Kim Porter had a long history together. They were close in the late 1980s and even had a child together. Their son, Quincy Brown, born in 1991. Many people didn't know it at the time, but Al B. Sure later shared in a 2020 interview that he and Kim had secretly gotten married in the early 1990s. It wasn't a big wedding or something for the media. It was quiet. It was personal.
But what was the beef between Albie Shore and Diddy? Like, why wasn't they on good terms?
The nigga was dating Kim. You understand? That's his kid's mother.
They loved each other, and that's what mattered to them. But like many relationships, things changed. Even after they broke up, they still had a strong bond, mostly because of their son Quincy. They stayed in touch, and Al B. Sure always spoke about Kim with love and respect. On November 15, 2018, the world was shocked to hear that Kim Porter had passed away. She was only 47 years old. The official cause of her death was lobar pneumonia, which means a type of lung infection.
Porter was found dead in her Los Angeles home last Thursday. Authorities say she went into cardiac arrest while fighting flu-like symptoms. She was 47 years old.
Most people accepted this explanation, but Al B. Sure didn't believe it. He said Kim looked fine just days before. She was out smiling, healthy, and full of life. In fact, she'd just gone to a Netflix event with their son. She didn't seem sick. She didn't look weak or tired. This is why her sudden death didn't make sense to him. He said it felt like a nightmare that he couldn't wake up from. Al B. was filming for Beat when he got the call about Kim's death. He said he fell to the ground. He felt like his soul had been ripped out of his body. That's how deep the pain was. He couldn't believe she was gone. And even worse, he didn't believe the story he was being told about how she died. He felt something was wrong. He made a post on Instagram saying that he didn't believe Kim just died from pneumonia. He called it BS. He later deleted that post, but many people saw it and began to wonder, just like him. There were details behind the scenes that didn't make it into the news. For example, reports said Kim was found in her bed, but friends of hers said she was actually found on the bathroom floor. That's a big difference. Also, there were bloodstains found on her pillowcases and on the floor. It looked like something had happened, something not explained in the autopsy. These strange details made people close to her feel even more unsure about the official story. Not only that, someone accessed Kim's phone and computer after she died. They got into her private files and messages.
Why come right till today, right now, nobody knows what Kim Porter phone is? And they know they had iPhones. Why have nobody went to the cloud and got the text messages and the things off her phone.
Al B. Sure believes Kim was keeping a record of things that were happening in her life. He says she was writing things down in a diary. She may have had videos or emails about the things she was going through. He said she warned him not to get involved because it could be dangerous. She told him to stay away, or he might be next. That made him worry even more. Al wasn't the only one who noticed things were wrong. Gene Deal, who used to be Diddy's bodyguard, said he saw things too.
I didn't know Cassie, but I knew somebody who was going through the same thing she was going through, and that was Kim Porter.
He said Kim would sometimes end up in the hospital after violent fights. He said she looked hurt with bruises, but she didn't say much. She stayed quiet, maybe out of fear. He said there were times Diddy and Kim had what looked like play fights, but they would go too far. One time, Kim walked out of the room wearing a white robe, looking shaken and scared. She was quiet, and something felt wrong.
You see a picture on the internet going with Puff, right hand is in a bandage. Where you open up wine, the corkscrew. She took the corkscrew and caught him on his wrist defending himself. And he almost, I know he tore some ligaments, but he almost hit an artery or came close to the artery.
Gene also shared a very serious moment. He said one night, things got so bad that Kim used a corkscrew to defend herself. She cut Diddy's wrist and he had to be rushed to the hospital. That story was never on the news. No one talked about it. There were no police reports. No one was charged. Everything stayed quiet. But Gene said he saw it with his own eyes. And Al B. Sure said that silence, that hiding of the truth, was exactly the problem. Kim was scared and felt like someone was always watching her. She felt like her life was in danger.
Now, some people even said that her casket was ordered 2 months before she died. I don't believe that, man. I swear. I'm not no conspiracy theorist.
Al said he begged Kim to call the FBI. He wanted her to be protected, but she didn't. Maybe she felt it was too late. Maybe she thought it would make things worse. And then, not long after, she died. Around the same time, people started hearing rumors that Kim was writing a book, a tell-all book, one that might have named some powerful people and talked about things the world didn't know. But after her death, that book disappeared. Her computer was wiped clean. Her iCloud account had nothing in it. It was like someone made sure that whatever she was going to say would never be heard. Al B also announced his own book called Do You Believe Me Now? People thought it would be about his music and career, but it was more than that. It was about Kim. He said the book is his way of telling the truth. He said Kim once sent him a message saying, "Life imitating art, art imitating life." At the time, it didn't make sense. But after her death, he understood. She was trying to warn him. She was scared. She was writing down secrets that put her in danger. The coroner who looked at her body was replaced. He believes the cover-up started right away. He doesn't believe she died naturally. He believes she was silenced. She had things she wanted to share, and someone made sure she couldn't. In his book, Al B. Sure plans to tell the truth about Diddy. He says Kim told him that Diddy's soul had gone dark, that he wasn't the same person anymore. She felt unsafe around him. Al believes Diddy hurt her in many ways, not just with words, but physically too. And Gene Deal backs him up. He stayed quiet for years, but now he's speaking too. Al B. Sure also said something strange happened to him. He was healthy, then suddenly he was in the hospital. He slipped into a coma. He believes it wasn't an accident. He thinks someone did it to him. He says it happened after he started asking too many questions and speaking out. He kept a list of people who came to visit him. People he believes were sent to harm him while he couldn't move or speak. Now, with Diddy facing lawsuits from other people, Al thinks it's the right time to speak out.
Him and Al never been the best of friends. He had motherfuckers think that he had adopted Quincy. And he never did. Al was never out of his son's life.
He wants justice for Kim. He wants Quincy, their son, to be safe. He wants the world to know that Kim Porter didn't just die. She was scared. She was in danger. And she was trying to tell the truth before her life was cut short. Al B says someone got access to Kim's phone and computer. Then, not long after that, all the information on those devices was wiped clean. Her diary, whether it was written down or digital, was never seen by the public. It was like all the proof she had collected just disappeared. According to Al, this wasn't a coincidence. He believes someone wanted to erase her truth before it ever got out. Al says someone got the passcode to her phone and her computer. The public had no idea what was happening right in front of everybody's eyes. He's suggesting that something serious was going on, but nobody was paying attention. And now, even though years have passed, Al still believes that Kim's story is not finished. Her friends say that's not how they found her. They say she was lying on the bathroom floor. They even saw blood. They say there was a trail from the bed to the bathroom. These details were not included in the police report. That makes many people wonder why such important information was left out.
And in the report, didn't it say she had blood on the pillow and bruises or something like that? The case needs to be reopened, man.
Even the person who was first assigned to perform Kim's autopsy was replaced. Al B believes this was not by accident. He thinks someone didn't want the truth to come out. He even says the death scene might have been cleaned up and staged to make it look like she died from natural causes. This is why Al is now asking the authorities to reopen the case. To him, Kim didn't just pass away. She was silenced.
Model and longtime girlfriend of entertainer Sean Diddy Combs, Kim Porter, was laid to rest yesterday in her hometown of Columbus, Georgia.
He says he will talk about everything, from the early days when he and Kim were together, the birth of their son Quincy, how Diddy came into the picture, and what Kim shared with him in private. Over the years, he has been collecting evidence. He saved audio clips, deleted social media posts, text messages, and even things other people like Gene Deal have said. He says this book is not just about his feelings, it's about facts. It's a piece of evidence. He hopes it will help open the case again.
The case needs to be reopened, man. The case really needs to be reopened.
Al said, "This journey has prepared me for another level. I made a decision to go hard as it relates to opening the case on the miraculous death of Kim Porter." In his heart, he truly believes Kim didn't just die from being sick. He believes someone wanted her gone. He says her devices being wiped, her diary disappearing, and the missing details in the reports all point to something bigger. Now that more people are looking into Diddy's past, Al wants them to remember Kim's story. He says her story was never finished and never got justice. And he says he will not stop until someone answers for what happened.
Me talking about situations for over more than a decade and a half. And then all of a sudden everybody woke up like, whoa, yo, we thought you were crazy.
Some people still don't believe him. They say he's using Kim's name to get attention. But others believe he's doing what no one else has the courage to do. Tell the truth. Al was very close to Kim. They shared a child. If she trusted anyone with the truth, it might have been him. Al says he is doing this for Kim, but also for their son Quincy. He doesn't want Quincy to grow up believing a lie about what happened to his mother. The book is expected to be released in September. Al says he's not going to leave anything out. He will name names. He will share things that were supposed to stay secret. And he will ask for justice that should have been served long ago. If everything he says is true, this book could shake everything. But Al B also has his own past.
Yeah, I am crazy. But what I am not is a liar.
In 1989, he and his bodyguard were arrested on suspicion of rape. A woman he had been dating made the accusation while they were at a hotel in West Hollywood. They were released on bail. The case never led to a conviction, and not much more was shared with the public. Still, it was a serious moment in his life. In 2020, someone claimed Al B. Sure misused money. The person said they gave him $150,000 for a movie project, but that Al never finished the project and didn't return the money. They also said Al was using the situation to get attention. Al has never talked about this case publicly. There are also stories that Al B. Sure had problems with alcohol and drugs during the 1990s. These problems affected his music career and personal life. He never confirmed or denied these claims, so it's hard to say for sure, but people close to him say he went through a hard time. In 2007, there was more drama. Al didn't show up for his son Quincy's birthday party. It was a big event on MTV called My Super Sweet 16. The theme was Stunnin' Like My Daddy, which pointed to Diddy. Al's absence made people wonder if there were problems between him and Diddy. It also raised questions about how he felt about Diddy being in Quincy's life. Then, in 2022, he had to get a liver transplant. Some people online said he used his health crisis to get attention. They said he was trying to make people feel sorry for him. Al didn't respond to these comments, but they added to the controversy around him. He has also made strange posts on social media. Sometimes he talks about powerful people trying to hurt him. Other times he suggests that what happened to him wasn't just bad luck. These posts have led many fans to wonder about his mental health. Some say he's telling the truth. Others say he might be confused.